So 3, that's K, right?
3 and then 2. 1, 2, 3. 3 and
Hold
then
on.
3.
Hold on, let's go back. It's
1, 2,
3.
3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeez.
4 and 5. That's you. Right? Or
3, 4 is S. Four, 5 is Y.
this is really hard to figure out. Alright, hold on. So the first letter or let's
First one I
correlate
thought was 3, 4, which is S.
let's correlate with the hands as well. So her right hand
Yeah.
does
3. 1, 2,
3.
3.
So that would be a C or K, right?
No, you have to get the second number to go down. 3 is your starting row or your column, and then you go down depending on what the second number is.
I'm cheating. I'm cheating.
Why are you cheating? Don't cheat, dude. That's fucking dumb. Don't do it. You're not supposed to do it. Fuck, man. No.
Okay.
And we
I
just
won't
lost our
cheat.
data sheet for the tap code. Well, we know S. That much we know, right?
Alright, do we want to try it or what? We can
I
always
think it's
just
a
look up.
valid information piece. I think we need to know.
Alright, let's do it. Let's.
We want.
I found a.
Hannah.
Someone thinks that it's by Hannah.
So it's 3.
Somebody did the work, and it says BYDHANNAN. However, people believe that she messed it up, and it should say by Hannah, BYE Hannah.
Okay.
And she turns into Eve. Ooh, or that wasn't Eve.
Do by BY or whatever.
Nope.
Personality.
Maybe it is the same person. She just became so good at slipping in and out of Eve and Hannah that
That would be the aspect of a multiple personality.
It's automatic now?
Depending on the situation, would depend on how the person addresses it. Like I said, multiple personality. That's that's still my main goal. I mean, yeah,
Alright, well there has to be some things that we're missing looking up. What
Did we look up?
Van?
We didn't look up Rapunzel, did we?
no.
No, we did.
How about you look up blonde?
Oh, here's one. We'll say Shadow, it's your turn.
Really? All right.
This other person doesn't exist.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flat?
Cat.
So-
Oh, yeah, she did speak that she had a cat.
Cat flat. Ooh. Alright, Bone. You ready?
sure. No, they were shut. Most of the windows are really hard to open. Especially in summer. They were painted over by my dad. He could have left the door open accidentally. There's a cat flap in the back door.
Very nice, Ben. You
Alright.
read that. stifling emotion.
Vince. Cat flat. Go.
Oh no, my parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was a little black thing with white dots. We never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
Type
Who
in
the hell?
wig.
I feel like we got like way off a track. Like we were finding some good shit, and then we just got way off track.
Yeah, we haven't
Wig.
got that scary face thing popping up.
It's. I think we were close to something. We definitely were, but we were kind of like finding out stuff. But I would maybe the aspect is that you had the song talking about the blonde hair and how the
You found out
older
a wig.
sister had blonde hair and died by the younger sister who killed her. You also had another situation with her talking about drowning her Eve, but then not doing it and not going through with it. You know that Simon liked blondes, but none of the people in these pictures are blonde. You also have the aspect that there's a blonde wig now involved in the situation.
But has no memory
might-
of wearing it.
But see, yet again, multiple personalities, they wouldn't be the situation. But you don't necessarily know that Eve doesn't wear a blonde wig. And that may be the reason why Simon, when he approached her, didn't notice her. Because she may have looked familiar, but changing somebody's hair color can really change the way a person appears.
So let's do the two videos here, and I
So-
think we should do wig.
Yep.
Yes.
Agreed. All right, JT.
No, I lost the baby. Had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on, living in Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. Miscarriage, and then my parents.
I gotta go to bed so fucking bad.
When she's with the tapping that we found out that she said bye, Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she killed Hannah. Hannah's
That's-
just gone now.
Well, that's another one of the aspects that kind of makes one of the other areas my brain has gone to is that this is one person creating a multiple personality for a sister that either died during birth, which is something else brought up, or it's a person that she accidentally killed. I'm still leaning towards the aspect of the stillbirth because the twin died in the womb. All right. And it's the aspect you also, well, we'll get further elaborating on that. You also had the aspect of her talking later, or with the other aspect of she never knew she had a twin until she found the diary of the midwife, which said that the twin had died during the stillbirth. She felt such a dramatic loss over the fact that the sister she never had, she created that personality in her brain of the sister that she had never had
With the dollhouse.
with their own persona. That would also explain the Rapunzel aspect and the fairy tales and all the fantasizing and shit that she was doing in her brain. Like I said, I'm still hell bent on multiple. She created a alternate ego for herself.
And that would also play with the dollhouse then. They had stories for everything. Created
And she even said in the dollhouse they created she created multiple people with multiple things and multiple identities and all that aspect as
She
well.
said she doesn't
Every
like
search-
seeing her own reflections. She said she saw herself in the reflection of, well, she saw Eve or Hannah in the window. So
It said they took the other one's virginity with a hairbrush.
Yeah, but they also
Something with split personalities.
yeah, but see, that would also be the split personality in the aspect that she already said she had lost her virginity
Maybe
to Carl.
Maybe she killed her after that or something.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know if death is involved. I don't think she
killed her
killed
parents too. Her parents were found dead after days, right?
and that could be, and like I said, that could all be part of the
Yeah.
disorder that she's suffering from. But I would say the hairbrush aspect is more along the lines of in her brain, she's two different people. One is a virgin, one is not. She has to somehow correlate the fact that they're the same person. There's only one way to do that, and that's come
Make
up with the
them both, yeah.
story. So
alright, let's do these wig ones, and then I have an idea of what to search next.
Yeah, I have an idea after that.
I do too.
Alright, who's next?
I think it's Shadow.
yeah, probably.
Shadow, 6 seconds. Go.
A wig? You mean? Well, what type of wig? It's a blonde fucking wig with long blonde hair.
Obviously. Alright, Bone, 4 seconds. Ready, go.
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Very misleading question. If you've never worn a wig, then it doesn't matter what type of wig it is.
Mm-hmm. Benthans. Ooh, you get a long one. Ready, go.
Holy. No. The parents decided after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard.
Multiple personalities.
It was like suddenly I didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I met in the clubs, in parks and alleyways. I was 17.
Damn.
It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time I have reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. That was the plan.
Multiple personalities, without a doubt. The attic is
Uh-huh.
basically.
There was the dude.
That gives
attic-
me the chills every time.
I know.
It's like
I'm
that.
just waiting
one
for
thing
someone
you
to
did.
come out and kill us.
I think the attic is basically acting as a metaphor for the fact that she's stirred in the head of it's two people in the same body, and when one is active, the other one is sitting in the attic looking out through the eyes, unable to control the situation.
Next video.
Alright,
That's very deep.
JT, ready?
Yes.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry. The kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing. She tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left. And
Wait.
pulled out the hairbrush.
That's not the same person as the one that said was denying the wig, right?
They're different, but I'm still convinced it's the same person and it's multiple personalities.
Alright.
Because I remember the one said that she was a performer, and that's how.
That would be Eve is the one who's the performer, and she's also the one that I'm like I said, I'm multiple personalities, one person living during the day, the other one living during the night. And like I said, it's a Tyler Durden situation. All right. And basically the way she talked about when it's like when Hannah got pregnant, we had to basically go our own ways because Simon moved in they got married and Simon got moved in, and I basically was forced to live in an attic. Why would you be forced to live in an attic? There's no reason for you to live in an attic unless you're the same person. And the reason that you're the same person and you had to live in the attic is because Hannah had to become the dominant personality because there was no way for them to have the split personality anymore and switch positions.
Yeah.
All right. And the fact she can't remember who she is or she failed the lie detector is because she can't differentiating from person to person doesn't make sense. So it's whoever happens to be more dominant at any given time.
But how do you explain the tattoo?
The tattoo could be something along the idea of we don't know. We should probably pay attention to the fucking timestamps and see if the tattoo shows up at an earlier date or at a later date. because it could be, if it's a multiple personality situation, like I said, I'm almost 100% is, it could be that the Eve is trying to take control of the body and trying to differentiate. She's like, this shows who I am. That tattoo, basically, she's saying is me, and she's trying to say that this body is mine. I am in control of this body now, and this shows who I am. Go find that tattoo video where she talks about it.
Let's go through these baby ones real quick. Whose turn is it?
I just finished, so it's someone else, I think.
JT?
I'll be right back.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Alright, next. We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. When he moved in with his mom and dad, they had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change. Time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. Bone.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mom had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff. About when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff. Stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. So I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back. And that's when I saw the bin bag. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
What did I miss on that? Was that a baby's body, I'm assuming?
The parents?
She basically went into the cellar and found
The boxes were moved.
some
so
boxes were moved.
So
And
she went to look, got a torch, flashlight, and that's when the bin bag or whatever, I'm guessing like a tub thingy, big, whatever, opens it up, there's a body in it. Well, it says body, was it plural or was it just one body?
she said body.
So that's only one. So
Alright, Benthans. Let's do this one. So it looks like she's dressed the same, but her hair is pulled back, so this might be a personality change. Hi, Kim. Alright, Benthans, your turn.
Hey guys.
yes,
Yeah.
it was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he. I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it. Didn't Bone want something different?
Yeah, I think we should figure out about the drinks. It seems like both of them are drinking different drinks.
Water and coffee.
Did we ever
Or
look
tea?
up
Are we drinking tea?
normal stuff like suspect or fingerprints or anything like that?
Well, we're getting more colored shirts again.
Alright, so this is coffee. JT, go ahead with this first one.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. I'm sweet enough as it is.
Brick
So
top.
this is like 2 weeks afterwards. Yes. I got to ago, and I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling Simon from the payphone, and headed back.
Glasgow. We should look up that.
Alright, Shadow.
It's lagging bad, like through my connection here, but I'll do my best. About 8 years back, I was it was a present to myself.
Eight years back, it was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have one cup.
Botch.
Alright, Bone, 4 seconds, go.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
One had milk and sugar, one had a black.
That's
What's the date
why
on the front? What's the date on that?
That's
Yeah.
Look up tea.
it's only 1 month away.
Look up Glasgow.
Let's do tea real quick. Alright.
Oh.
Ooh, T-bone.
T-Bone, you can have this one too. It's only 3 seconds. Ready, go.
Could I have a cup of tea? Oh,
Oh man, you nailed it.
Alright, Brendan, it's 5 seconds, go.
A cup of tea would be good. Thanks. Just the sugar. Or just the one sugar.
just one sugar. Those are both. The blue shirt is Eve.
the blue shirt is Hannah. They're both technically Hannah.
The dark blue shirt I thought was Eve because she has the tattoo in that one, doesn't she?
She does not have a
Nope.
tattoo in.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
JT.
Maybe a fresh cup of tea.
And last one. Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down by the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left.
Pause it.
Did we already?
Pause it. This is the same exact story as the last one.
But it's a different person or different outfit saying it. And it's a little bit worded, it's worded differently too.
It's worded in a more confident way rather than the person being passive. This person is being aggressive.
So this is Eve. I'm guessing by the hair at least. To the left.
Forward.
I walked in. Simon's coat was on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because pretty clear he wasn't there. Why did it say this wasn't shown? Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted.
So I fell asleep.
So I laid down in bed. I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
We're missing information there.
The same person. The same exact story. It's the same person.
Then she remembered blah blah blah. Having fun there, Chaz.
Look up Glasgow.
Alright, Glasgow. Alright, Shadow?
Right. I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north, just kept going. I just wanted to get away as far as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was just so tired, I just had to sleep.
Bone, you here?
Bone.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking for something.
Alright, this one's yours.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time it must eliminate me. It was in Glasgow then. I was in Glasgow then.
What was that last line?
That
I
must
was in-
eliminate me. I
It
was in
must eliminate
Glasgow
me. I
then.
was in Glasgow then. Somebody else picked out the watch.
And Bins.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Imagination.
Watch.
What about Diane? Did we ever search her?
I think we did.
Watch. GT, you read this one.
Haste wants to be a
I
fucking
guess
bullet.
you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. Not sure if
It was a beautiful wedding.
we had our first chance to come back and stay. I'm not sure if it was a good wedding song, but I loved it. It was. It was genuinely our first dance. We've never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. I felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment, just the two of us.
Alright, next one. Hold on, let me unban Ochevsky.
I don't know who that guy is. That's funny because he's just trying to spam stuff.
Alright. It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes, they're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us so we could then disapprove of it rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. Watch, that was my touch. To make sure the alibi stuck. It was them.
Ooh.
Dude, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
I'm awesome.
Alright, so let me see.
We took him, we bagged up, we picked up her clothing, her clothes. They're gone. So who's the body? Is it Simon? Is it
Chit
is
chat.
chit-chat? What is that?
Chit chat. How's it going down there? You done? What should I type? Yes
Who
or
are
no?
you?
Almost.
Why can't I type now?
you probably tried putting an N?
It probably only does yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you lying son of a bitch.
The dude is showing up behind you.
Behind me! Ah! No, just kidding.
What?
Good. So you think you understand why your mother did what she did?
No. I think this is gonna be like make it, break it right now with the game.
Time
That's
is over.
understandable, Sarah. You can always come back again. I'll be outside. Log off and meet me over the road. So
Hang
we're
on.
the daughter. We are the
What the
daughter.
hell?
Then who's the face I
Log
keep
off and
showing
meet
up?
him over the road?
So, but the face is a male.
That would be your dead father.
Sarah.
Log off. Go over the road.
Sarah.
Sarah. Yeah, this is Sarah. It is. I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want to have a symmetrical name. So, call. Chit chat. Oh, just kidding.
One volume missing.
Hold on, let's
Is there a
do.
way What about reflection? Did we ever search reflection?
Reflection. Alright, whose turn is it to read? Shadow?
Ah, fucking me. Why do I always get like the 5-minute ones?
Hey, I had the 2-minute one, okay?
Alright, here we go.
Yes. First time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realized at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realized it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back, and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That guy needs to stop appearing.
Bonaruski, your turn, ready?
Yep. Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself, like Rapunzel. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that.
Takes some talent to do that.
My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures. Weird. But I never could. Mother taught me at home. And I had books and TV. TV was magical. But it was only on. I spent a lot of time reading books. It was only on when I wanted it to be so. I spent a lot of time reading books. Oh.
And then.
I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl, one diamond. The fairy tale was over. The witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place as a botch.
One ring to rule them all. No.
So, do we know how exactly Simon was murdered?
No, I asked about that earlier, but I think we got on a different
Yeah.
tangent.
Did we ever look up normal stuff like suspect or fingerprints or anything like that?
No,
Hey,
but
look,
now
a
we
black
did.
dress. That's no.
No, it's not.
Suspect.
Yes, it is.
What black dress are you looking at? That's blue.
It's not fucking blue. That is black.
3 seconds. I'm gonna read all the really short ones like this, so we can kind of start going through it faster.
I'm a suspect.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband, or would you expect someone of murdering their husband? Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect. That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, I can't be in 2 places at once. Alright, JT, go ahead with this one.
Dark blue.
This is the 3rd day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. They say that you've been asking a lot of questions about me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect?
Did we ever look up Doug?
I don't remember. Nope.
Why does it keep saying 1 volume missing?
I don't know. Shadow, your turn.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone, and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's just never been the 2 of us. There's always been pressure.
Hmm.
Look up fingerprints now.
Alright, boom.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once burned my hand on the oven.
Oh.
Short one, I got this. Fingerprints? Short one. Yes, yeah, I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too.
Oh.
Were there fingerprints in all those places? Benthans.
Could they be my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible? Is it possible?
JT.
Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match. Bitch. Fucking idiot.
Cunt.
Cut.
Cut.
I'll take this one. His body? It didn't look real. His throat. It looked like his throat had been cut.
Ooh.
Glass shard.
And I didn't see his glasses. He had these thick glasses. Doesn't always wear them. That's a weird face.
And why is she fiddling with her ring?
Alright, Shadow, you're up.
We need to look up glasses next.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. That explains a lot. They were real. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book, and I think Mom must have bought it from the library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in color, shiny plates. The front of the book was an index of illustrations. It was the Necronomicon. We read this book more than the actual stories. We read aloud with captions and flicked between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
T-Bone.
In his throat? How?
Benthens.
Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in. They were having sex. Saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. He was dead.
Bum bum bum.
Wah, 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 wah,
Hey,
wah.
look, there's the little emoji thing again.
Hey,
The
JT.
energy thing.
JT, this is you.
Her story was that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present, another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. She grabbed the piece of the mirror and just swung it around. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
So that was Eve.
Mm-hmm. I think we pretty much solved this now. From what I've gathered, split personalities. She thinks she's her own twin. She has Hannah and Eve, which is both her, but she ended up killing her husband when she was pretending to be herself. So yeah, I think it's cool to log out now and say that we're done with this. You guys have any objections?
Nope.
I still wonder if one of them killed the like Eve killed Hannah, along with or after she killed the husband.
I'm still
There's-
curious though who the interviewer is because you got to remember the person's like, "I came to see you right away. I came to see you right away."
It's
Blah,
the
blah,
police.
There's something I've noticed here that's kind of strange. Okay. I honestly, my brain still wants to go with the multiple personality, but I think that's a ploy. I think that's something that's been built in there to do it. I still think the twins is. I'm starting to think the twins is a better idea, and the reason I'm thinking the twins is a better idea right now is because look at the difference in backgrounds between the two on the left and the two on the right. The two on the left are in an interrogation room. The two on the right are in a prison or a fucking prison interrogation cell. All right. She's wearing a prison uniform, at least what appears to be a prison uniform.
Well, the two on the
Yeah.
left are a meeting room, and the two on the right are the interrogation room. Is what it says.
Really?
It says it
Right.
up here. if
Honestly,
you
I
can
think
see.
she's seeing her therapist. Think about it. Like a therapist, if
be.
she's mentally has a mental problem or something, even with like a crime suspect, they can still see the therapist.
Let's log off and meet this dude across the room. Or across the room.
How do we know
Hold
the dude?
No, hold on. Well, that's a good point. But this is the other thing too. They talked about setting up a alibi and that's the thing that gets me right. And that's the only thing that makes me think it's not multiple personality disorder, even though I've been harping about that for like an hour and a half. One of them went to Glasgow and the other one killed Simon. And the idea behind that is that they may not realize that there's two people. But even twins, identical twins, don't have the same fingerprints. So I don't think we have the entire story yet. I think we might be jumping to a conclusion a tad bit early. I could be wrong. I might be just second guessing something I've already figured out, and I'm trying to pick it apart.
What's in
but-
the rubbish bin?
Hack for this game. that's here. Mirror game. It's a 2-player game.
Oh.
Othello.
Wait a second. It's a mirror game. It's a two-player
It's
game.
Othello.
Yeah, but it's a two-player game. That has something to do with the aspect of the storyline. So does everything, actually. It's probably multiple. Everything is leading to a multiple personality. It's a mirror game, reflections in the mirror. Everything I do, my reflection does.
In Othello, the person who ends up with the most of your color wins the game.
So let's see what happens here.
You're playing the game like shit.
I'm just clicking randomly. I really don't
The color
care.
that gets in the corners wins the game. Essentially, you're letting purple win the game.
That's the point.
Isn't he purple?
He's purple and red.
Oh.
You're playing against yourself,
Exactly.
which is basically the aspect of a multiple personality. So, yeah, that's my. I'm going to stick with my multiple personality scenario.
Player 2 wins.
All right, let's do
How do you
this.
log off? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it, huh?
It's bizarre.
Don't think there's an ending.
There isn't an ending. You can
No,
tell
I
that.
think we messed up because he said, like, did you figure it out? Oh, what?
You
I don't
can
think there's
always come back, is what he said.
I don't think there's an ending.
Nope. Well,
I don't think. I think you got to get everything. I don't remember. I read something on a fucking Jimquisition review, but I would love to continue this another night because I need to get up in like 6 hours.
So we're gonna call it a night then?
yeah, let's final thoughts for the game. What do you guys think?
Oh, it's kind of creepy.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. I love murder stories and mysteries, so it piqued my brain. But on the exact other hand, I don't like the aspect that if there is no ending, that kind of fucking pisses me off. Conclusions need to happen.
Haste had hoped we had looked more into the hairbrush situation.
Of course he did.
I think you shouldn't have put, like, did you solve the case as yes? I think you should have said no because we didn't solve it. We didn't. So that's misleading there.
In all honesty, I think we figured out most of the story, or at least what we gathered as far as what we looked up was, it made sense. I really like the story of the game. I like how you went through and, if I was playing this without you guys, with the actual sound and everything, it might be a little bit more immersive. And I feel like it was a really good story. The gameplay kind of sucked. There might be a way to organize a little bit better. If you're writing notes down manually or something like that. Gameplay was lacking. Graphics and stuff. I mean, the type of game that it was more just for the story. So I liked it. I mean, it was a really fun experience. We can always come back to it if we want to.
Yeah, we can definitely still got to finish out the rest of the fucking stuff. Like I said, it's an interesting story, but it's an interesting style game. It's not really. It's more of an interactive storyboard than an actual game to a point. It's a storyboard where you have to figure out what the story is. So it's kind of like a puzzle.
Yep. So, well, on that note, we might stream some League of Legends, or we might play something else here soon. But this has been the end of podcast. Tonight was kind of a special thing. I think we might do this at the end of every month, just to kind of do some gameplay from a new game or something, kind of change it up from the
Might do Terraria next
typical
week.
Yeah,
typical
definitely.
talk show thing. So, I am Ninja Sneakers, JT,
I'm not
Shadow, Bone is down there, and Benthans. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow if you enjoyed, and we will see you next week. Or later.
Time to go fall into a coma.
Oh snap!
That's an interesting aspect, man. We should definitely see about that and try some different games, like single player games and